Hi there, I'm Nicole Wilbur. I'm a writer and story nerd, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a vlog. There's going to be writing. Don't worry, I'm getting to the writing. Right now I am going to run some errands, or I was going to run some errands. I was going to go to Chapters and return a book that I bought a couple days ago. Here it is. It's called The Right Side of Reckless by Whitney D. Grandison, and I started reading it and it's not for me. I was like, ugh, I could try, and I'm like, why bother? Why bother? So I'm just gonna return it before I get too far into it, because I don't really like it. Just the tone, not just the writing style is not for me. The story's good, it's just the writing style. But I did get, God, look at this one. On that little Indigo trip, I did get two other books. One, I'm thinking I got mostly because I thought it could maybe be a comp for my current project, so I want to read it and figure out. And second is I got this book. It was called How to Save a Life, and it was literally like an oral history using quotes from people involved about Grey's Anatomy. Maybe it's complete fluff, but it was so good. I read it in like 2 hours, or maybe a little bit more than that, but like I moved my whole morning around to sit down and read this book just because it was so engaging and it was so interesting to hear. A lot of the quotes and things were from the writers, from the actors, and it was so cool to just hear from like storytellers talking about how they crafted this really cool story. And honestly, I haven't even watched Grey's Anatomy like the later seasons. I think I stopped around season 10 or 11. Like I haven't really gotten into it, and it made me really want to watch Grey's Anatomy. And so I did that yesterday. And so that Chapters Indigo trip, which I'm literally sitting in the parking lot of there right now, was a complete bust because it's family day and it is closed. So I'm gonna have to do that a different day. I am meeting a friend for lunch though. We're gonna go get some tacos. So I'm gonna go drive to her and do that. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm going to write. I tried writing this morning. It's been a couple of days, which is annoying. And I feel really frustrated with myself, but you know, I'm going to try again. I'm feeling a little bit stuck in this scene. It's more of just like a propelling us forward scene. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it sweet. And then we get into, I would really say, like in my outline, I still have the next couple of scenes as the middle build, like the middle. But this is really the final act. Like after this is your kicking off point. And then we just have like the heist happening, all the action for the last third or whatever of the book. And so I'm starting that today. There's like 11 scenes after this one that I'm just added in that's short. So I have 11 scenes, and I want to finish 11 scenes by the end of the month, which is, I don't know what day it is today. We're not looking at the calendar. I think I have 10 days, which is, you know, okay. So come along with me and let's see how this all goes. Kelly's Bake Shop. Go. Cool.
Turn right, then turn left.
It's gonna be a really annoying thing to have in the video. Oh, it's sunny! Yay! Bye-bye!
In 400 meters.
Hello! I'm here. I am back, and I am starting to write what I think is actually the third act of the book. The next scene that I'm on is the first scene that's like, we're in this heist. They have pressed the go button, and we are a go. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I know what they're doing. I know what she has to do, but what's the conflict? I have to figure out how I'm gonna shape the scene. The other thing that I've been having trouble with, and I was, because I know what happens, right? Like I know the steps that she's gonna take, and I know this first part, the plan is gonna go successfully, and then in the next scene after this is when the plan doesn't go successfully. And then they have to like struggle and figure it out. So the conflict from there and how that should shape is a little bit more obvious. But for this point, it's like, okay, I know what has to happen, but I can't just describe it happening because that would be boring. And I don't want to write that because that's boring to write as much as it's boring to read. And so I'm like, what do I make the conflict? And so I was just so I ended up pulling out the High Society by Ally Carter, is how this ends. And reading through some of her scenes that are like this, where it's like a climax, you know. Yeah, and how she does this, everything's going well until it's not. And what she does, which I never 100% liked. Now, my book is a little bit different in that it's written from first person perspective, so it's a little bit harder to be like, oh no, this isn't what we planned, because it is what they planned. At least this scene, everything goes fine. But it can't. That's the thing. Everything cannot go fine, and I'm trying to figure out what the thing should be that's not going fine. And originally in this draft, I was not going to have, in this book, I was not going to have them use comms, like in-ear pieces, to talk to each other during the heist at all. That was going to make the heist a lot harder because they can't communicate. And one of the things that honestly is not 100% realized in here, and I have to kind of decide if I want to draw it out or get rid of it entirely, is they're meant to use like Cold War spy technology as like a heist group to get what they want, like analog stuff. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of digital stuff that they've ended up doing, just as I was writing it. And I was like, okay, let's just let it go. That was all inspired by a trip to the Berlin Spy Museum, which is a great museum, and if you ever get to go there, I highly, highly recommend. Yeah. I don't know if they've actually used any Cold War spy stuff yet, so I have to work on putting that in, fixing that up. Anyways, so originally they were not going to use comms. And the first thing I did, I mean, I've been reading this, I read like one chapter of this book, and I was like, I need to have comms. I need to have comms for this part of the story. Maybe I can find a way where like it gets broken or something at some point. But this scene, I think they need to have those in-ear pieces, because that will be how I show the conflict, and that will be how I can establish the goal. That way it's not just like there's a concert going on in this scene, and so really Lena's not supposed to talk. And so yeah, having those comms will actually allow her to speak, and I think will be sort of a magical cookie type thing that will make this a whole lot more fun for me to write. And so I am now going to sit here and maybe read a little bit more of this for inspiration. Then I'm going to outline this scene, and whenever I'm outlining a scene, I usually go for the like inciting incident, progressive complications, crisis, climax, resolution structure, or I do my tweaked version of that I made up in a video and I really thought it was fun, and it's like whose want is driving the scene, what characters are like interfering with that want, how does it kind of all come to a head, what's the climax and what's the resolution. And so I'm going to sit and figure that out. So I will catch up with you in a bit. Okay, so one of the things that I've been doing is, I didn't mean to do it, honestly, but I was playing around on Canva one night and I saw this image of a girl like turning around and writing on a chalkboard. And I was like, you know what, I need new like branding for my channel. And so I worked on it, and I've rebranded like the channel, the website, everything, and I love it so much, so I'm gonna show you and I want to know what you think. I love this logo up there. It's so cute. That's actually pink. I don't know if you can tell. And then we have these. Oh, it really doesn't like the, hold on. There we go. Sorry, and then this is kind of pretty much the normal stuff. But I am super, super excited about the new imagery. And I think you'll see this on this intro thing on this video. It's definitely fun to play around with. This is my favorite that I've had so far. I think I'm gonna keep it for a while. You know, trying to be consistent, trying to have things look somewhat the same, I guess. I feel like a lot of other tubers even like make their thumbnails all kind of the same theme. I can't even keep together the same font. I really should. Maybe I'll work on standardizing that. But I'm so excited to have this pretty thing. Super happy about it, and that was a fun way to procrastinate doing my writing. So I'm trying to write and or work and kind of just watching YouTube, but I'm also just, I keep getting distracted by the fact that I need to get refunds from airlines. And I have to tell you, getting money back from an airline requires so much effort. So much effort. Like, you have to be committed. And I am chasing after 2 right now. So the first, on my flight from Calgary to Toronto, I upgraded myself to premium so I could have a nice flight. Then my flight was canceled. I was put on another flight 3.5 hours later, and I was downgraded to economy. And I did not get an automatic refund for my premium seat that I purchased. And I'm like filling out this refund. I filled out a refund form 2 weeks ago being like, "Hello, may I please have my money back because you did not give me the thing that I paid for." There was also supposed to be in-flight entertainment. There wasn't. Like, I thought I was getting food. I didn't factor in the time to get food in the airport. I know it sounds spoiled to be like I wasn't in premium, which is not even business class, by the way. It's just premium. But I paid for it. I didn't get it. So I would like my money back. All right, so this is actually quite exciting. My company just did a big kind of release, and as a celebration, all of the product managers are going to be doing a virtual escape room. And because they're mostly in Australia, it is 7 p.m. here, and so it's like an escape room at night. I work kind of later hours now, which is chill. So the coolest thing is that it is a heist-themed escape room. So I am considering this, considering I am writing a heist. This is research for my book. Research. So I'm gonna film some of this virtual heisting, and we're gonna see what this is about, and I'm super excited. Yeah, let's go. Bubby, I'm gonna sit on that couch. Look at how he makes it so he lies right on the blankie. He knows his mummy will freak, not me. My mum will freak if you get on the couch. That's because it's a nice white couch. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, I have to go do my heist now.
Welcome to the Escape Game Remote Adventures. Before we get started, here are some things to know. Our team will be available throughout the entire adventure. If you have a question, we're here to help. Now, it's time for your mission.
Hello. Welcome to the Barclay Museum of Historical Art.
Yeah, so we have exactly 1 hour before he returns. And trust me, you don't want to be here when that happens. His security detail, those are not guys to be trifled with. Here's the mission. Find a way into Han's office, recover the stolen painting, and get out unnoticed. It's gonna be a piece of cake.
It's a vent. It's cool.
Vents, some sort of thing on the wall.
Sculpture of some kind. Woodworking.
Oh, there's a number.
Oh, it's a digit. What's that digit?
Oh.
Oh my god, it's numbers.
9526.
9526.
6. That opened on up.
Okay, so today was a big writing day. Had someone drop me off at Starbucks, and I was there from 11 until 3:30. 11:30 till 3:30 maybe, and I wrote 5,500 words. I have 3 scenes left. So what that means is I'm actually, in my manuscript, I'm only at 66,000 words. With 3 scenes left, I think I'm gonna end up right around the 70K mark, which is odd. So this is officially the shortest manuscript, book-length manuscript I've ever written. 1837 was like 105, Project Musical was 85, and this is 70, it's gonna be about 70. And that's okay, I feel like it's gonna fill out a lot in editing. But I feel like that's a fairly normal length for a first draft. Let me know, how long are your first drafts normally? but we are so close. I'm so close. I have 3 more scenes. It's February 27th. I wanted to be finished this draft by March 1st. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it tomorrow, because tomorrow is a work day, but I think I will finish it in the next day or 2, and that is so exciting. I want to be done. I don't want to draft anymore. I want to edit. Please let me edit. And do that, and then I have 18 days. Well, depending on when I finish it. I have about 2 weeks to edit, make changes, and get ready for sending it off and getting feedback. So, once I finish it, I am gonna make a plan for how I'm gonna do this editing, what I want to do, what's feasible in those 2 weeks. And someone suggested in my last video, which was like, oh, I made a mistake, that, you know, I could push it. Part of the reason I'm not pushing it is because I'm actually leaving for a trip, like a digital nomad thing, for quite a bit, starting on March 18th. So, or March 16th actually, but then I'm really going there on March 18th. So, yeah, I want to be done. I want to be done, and I want to have it in other people's hands. So I can work on some smaller things and not be drafting during that kind of traveling few months. So, whew, very exciting. It went well. I think the good thing is the writing itself went really well, obviously. I sat down, I had very few distractions. I do think that the choice they have to make at the end probably can be, like, we just had their kind of like big moral choice. I think I'll have to not drag that out, but like make it a little clearer, because even I'm a little bit confused at times with like, sorry, what's the problem? So I think I can strengthen that bit in terms of like the reasoning for why they have to make a specific choice and why it's so important. One of the scenes, like one of the first scenes that I had in my head was about, like really, really early before I started writing it. I got to write that scene, and it's an emotional scene, and it's a romantic scene, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. As a first draft, I'm very happy with it. I got to write about playing music and stuff, and that was so fun to write. So there we go. 3 scenes left. We're at the finish line. The next scene is the big climax, and then there's kind of 2 denouement resolution scenes that, who knows, maybe I'll extend out the ending in subsequent drafts, but that's what I have for now. Yay! Okay, so I will obviously update when I have finished the draft, but it feels so close, and I just kind of want to work on it all the time and just get it done. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. Let me know how your writing is going. If you liked this, give it a thumbs up. If, I forget what else I'm supposed to say. Oh, if you're not subscribed, think about doing that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.